right, so today we got another fun guide. Yes, we're at the point right now where we're going to be probably all summoning on the banner over here. Why? And this is the advice that I kind of want to give you. Realize that you're not going to get this banner updated for about like 4 more weeks. So first, how these updates work is they have to release 2 characters, and then when the 3rd character releases, they then give you them on the ordinary recruit. That's what they do, right? So in easy terminology, let's do it this way. You have to release Blanc, you have to release Noir, and then you have to release the character after that. Let's say that's Rosanna, and in Rosanna's update, Blanc and Noir will hit the banner. That is how it works, simply said. So we have to get, let's say, the Schoolgirl update, and then the next update, then you get it. So that is bare minimum 4 weeks away. So, and that is not even saying, because we don't know when the next banner actually kicks up. So it's like 5-6 weeks before you actually get this banner updated. So if you're hoarding summons right now, maybe don't. If you want to hoard summons, you're more than welcome to. I'm not going to stop you, right? But it depends, correct? I didn't care because as soon as Nier got announced, I said, we're not getting this banner updated for like 2 months, 3 months. I am not going to save it. I just summoned. So that's why I did it, right? But again, up to you. Do what you want with the banner. It doesn't really matter. But right now, if you're currently picking up the game, there's a few things you should know. If you're playing the game still and you haven't already finished this, there's some things you should know. And if you just want to prioritize the best characters, there's some stuff you should know, correct? So we'll do it in those 3 kind of ways. First way, if you currently haven't cracked the 160 wall, whether you are a new player or an old player or whatever player, that is the first thing you should be doing, correct? That's it. Your character should look like this. It should have 3 dupes, and that's pretty much it. A character looking like this, no good, no good. You want a character, or rather this, right? No character should be looking like that. A character should be at least getting a dupe over here. So first, if you're trying to crack the 160 wall, remember you need multiple characters, being 6 characters, to have 3 dupes on them. So technically pull the copy, pull the character, and then pull 3 dupes on top of that, and then you have to crack the 160 wall. That is the first thing to chase. That is the most important thing to chase. So right now, if you are on that kind of status of it, that's what you should be doing. So don't listen to any advice in this video. You should be chasing down the ability to go and, get those characters duped out. Again, your character should be max duped. That's the whole point of this system. Clearly see 3 dupes over here, 3 dupes over here. My characters over here, these 2 are like basically helping me push 160 if I was in that scenario, right? Which I'm not right now. Again, I already finished it, so it doesn't matter to me. Hence, I changed my roster, okay? So mainly, that's what you should be doing. If you don't care for that, you don't have to push 160 like that. You can push 160 over time and just let it go like that. And you just want to get like Blanc and Noir and other characters like that. Let's talk about the best characters to be slotting in for all of these things. We'll go down the list, Lesion, Missilus, and Tetra, and see what we can come up with. But again, if you're chasing 160, that should be your first priority above anything else. Simply put, correct? Good. So on to Lesion. Let me undo my entire list here. For Lesion, you're getting Privity for free, so I'm not going to tell you to go and get Privity. You get Diesel for free. There's no point in going to get Diesel either, so that's there. Emma's a good character. Signal's a good character, partially. We have, so in this slot, what I would say are must-haves in a way, I would definitely put Helm on there. She's a burst 3 character, very good healer, very good character. So that's definitely the first slot that I would definitely put together. We have Mast. I will say Mast now because she actually has gotten so much use case. It's not even funny. She works on multiple themes now, so I would definitely say that is one to look into. You have your boss killer for a while until you get like a perfect team. She's gonna be very helpful. D kind of really does help for a lot of content, so that's there too. But again, we can be iffy on that one. Guillotine's gotten much better. Because again, Mast exists, Scarlet exists, and all the characters like beside her. She forms a perfect team. So you could even consider Guillotine as one of those characters to be very, very good. So I could argue Guillotine also is like a sort of much wishlist character in a way. Soline isn't. Nah, I wouldn't say Soline. People keep telling me that she got better and better. I don't see it. Privity, again, you already had her for free. Polly and Miranda are good, but I've never actually used them to kind of care for them. They have use case and a really good use case, but I don't see them being better than some of the slots that I have. So if I were to say the last one, Maiden Vesti, nah, Brid, she's gotten better, right? She got that buff a while ago, but definitely not like must in a way. Emma isn't bad. I mean, for the last slot, you can go Polly or Miranda, to be honest with you. Or again, most of us will have Privity because we got Privity for free, so a lot of people will be chasing Privity if they're trying to crack 160. But it's probably either Polly or Miranda in that case, correct? Those are the other 2 characters that are pretty good, but Soline, hell no. These 2, nah. Brit is good, but not like broken. Signal's not bad. Emma isn't bad. She's like, Emma's good, right? Just not like really good, okay? So you could say whatever. You could say like Polly if you want to. I think that's pretty good for this this sub slot. Again, Privy more like if you want to just dupe out Privy, Privy's a very good character. But yeah, I think that this is what I would do for this one. That's what I'd do for this one. For Missilus, this is a tough one. This is gonna be fun. Missilus, okay. There's a lot of characters in Missilus, and like you think that Missilus is bad? No. Tetra is disgusting. Look at this. Every character we get is Tetra, bro. So the Tetra wish list is like fighting with each other constantly fighting. All right. So if you were to say it, I first off think that Litter is a must, so that should be there automatically. I didn't think Senti is almost a must. I put that there honestly like right away. Pepper is really good. She's like the free-to-play healer, if you will. Drake is very good. I love Drake as a character, so Drake is definitely up there. So these three, I like it. Maxwell is very strong also, and it's between Lapras or Pepper. Julia's okay, Uni's okay, Epinel's okay, Crow's terrible, Admi's pretty okay. Admi's not a bad character either, so it's between these three. Depends on who you want. Do you want a healer? Do you want a burst 3 slaughter? Do you want a absolutely crazy support character? That's the 3 slots you have here. This character is really good DPS, really good shields and whatnot. Very just broken, just top tier. And Maxwell is very good also. So like these you would consider like every tier list puts them at least base SS, correct? On the aspect of Lapras, like if you want to go off tier lists, 100%, they're just going to say that she's broken for a free-to-play healer. That's going to be there. So you can go Pepper on the slot. You can go Admi. She's actually a really good character also for the support category. She does pretty good. She holds it pretty well. But, you know, in boss content, I think she fumbles a lot because you have to get attacked 20 times. And a lot of the, unless it has mobs, you're not getting really attacked like that. So Lapras is also there, a really good boss killer. But for this one, you can definitely argue the third slot. Like if you don't want to run Maxwell, you can run Pepper instead. So these are like the top picks if I were to say. But if I were doing it, maybe I would go Pepper just for a healer in case you don't have one, right? Because if you're not pulling Rapunzel, you're not pulling Summer Mary clearly. You know, you're gonna be dying for a healer soon. If you're not getting Blanca Noir, kind of in a situation, right? So we could say this one. Again, you can argue Lapras, you can argue Admi, you can do those. All right, so I'm editing this part into the video just to make sure this is clear. I never talked about Jackal. Jackal is an absolutely broken PvP character, and then further, when you get her built, she actually does pretty good, apparently in PvE. I don't know how the hell that's the case, but we're gonna go with it. People have been telling me that, right? But she's a very strong character, keep this in mind. So if you want to go for Jackal, and if you want to compete in PvP, you might want to invest into Jackal, because she is an absolute carry. Everyone runs her like that, and she was very, very good. So that is also another character. Just keep that in mind. I did not touch upon that subject at all, just because I don't play PvP, and I know a lot of my viewers don't, but there are people that will. So in that case, if you want to run PvP and you want to do good in PvP, you need Jackal. You need Jackal, all right? She is a absolute carry in PvP, all right? So if you want PvP, you remove her and you throw her on. Pretty simple, all right? Pretty simple. But I do think that the 3 are definitely Litter. Senti's very good. And Drake. These 3 are like bonkers, bro. Bonkers. But for this one, this is going to be a real fun one. Look at this. Look at how stacked this category has gotten. I haven't revisited this in a while. Look at how stacked this category is, bro. It is so sad that they just keep on releasing characters. All right. So I'll try my best here to do this. I'm going to get yelled at in the comments starting now. First, I'm going to put Blanca Noir on there. You can't say anything else. Blanca Noir solo the entire category. So just know that these 2 characters are must-haves. They are broken. They are nuts. They are the best of the best. They make every team just 10 out of 10. So realize that now. That is the case. Doll is a very good character. Ruby is a very good character. There is Alice, though. Alice is a character that requires a lot of investment, but she becomes broken as a DPS character, and like whales love her to death. Okay, that's there too. Sakura is a really good boss carry. Noise is like your trained strat plus defender character to help you in a lot of stuff also. Sugar is your grave digger killer and a very good shotgun character. So you see the situation they are putting me into right now. All right, let's do this properly, all right? So if I were to tell you, I would get one between Dala or Rupee, depends on who you want. Both characters are very good. Personally, people push Rupee down now and Dala up. That happened. People say that Dala is better than Rupee after all this time. Rupee actually has dropped on a lot of tier lists recently, so that is there. But Dala usually gets pushed up. She's a very good support character, CDR, everything like that. She gets a lot of use case for solar rate and stuff like that. So for a character, you could say between Dala and Rupee, you could pick whoever you want. Both are very good support characters, but because of solo raid and other content, Dala gets pushed up a lot now. On the aspect of the last one, there is Novel. She's a boss killer. If you invest into her, she's actually freaking insane. I saw a showcase of someone actually doing it, and they showed me like how great she actually is as a character. So I hope to pull Novel and build her and use her properly. So that's my goal. But she's a very strong character in the boss category, very good. But you also have a SSS tier defender right here. Noise is really freaking good at defending, so that's also another character to kind of fit in the slot there. So you'll have to decide. You'll have to make the assumption here on your own and go for who you want. You can definitely skip these characters. Milk is pretty good. Some of these are pretty good, but you don't need them. Noise is just a broken healer / defender, so a great slot in for burst 1. Novel's a great burst 2 tank or boss killer, but again, she requires investment. So maybe at the earlier point, you don't want to get this character because you really want to invest into the character. So you could say, again, like you can remove Alice because Alice requires a lot of investment also. And you could just say, screw it, I'll go for Rupee, right? But, you know, I think that if you start getting her early, investing into her, building her up, she'll become a very good character. But if you're like early game, you don't need Alice right now. It's going to take you a little bit to build her. You want to get more into the end game content with OL gear and all that stuff. And then she becomes an absolute slaughter. So you can just go for Rupee right now. Novel's similar. She wants to get buffed really well, so if that's the case, you just want to run in and put Sakura on, that's also the case. But depends, right? So it's Alice, it's Novel, it's Sakura. These two are high investment characters. This is a absolute carry when it comes to a lot of the train content and stuff like that. But again, if you're early game, you're not really pushing train content like that, so you can just go and throw on Rupee, and Rupee will be very good. So that's kind of in a capacity what I would tell you. So depends on that last slot, depends what you want to do. But I originally kind of chased Alice. I haven't built her yet, but she is a very good character. But I will say, the must-haves of this thing are these two. You have to put these on. If you're not doing it, you're doing something wrong. But for the most part, like with this wish list, you're doing pretty solid. Remember, the most DPS characters we kind of have in the game are a semi-limited or a semi-pilgrim. Like, if you were to look at like the top DPS characters, you have like 2B, you have like 8-2, you have Modernia, you have Summer Anise, you have Snow White. Most of them are pilgrims, right? Alice is the only technical character that's not a pilgrim that is a broken DPS. So that's there, correct? There's a few of them, right? I'm not like just putting it together, right? But you have Dorothy, also pilgrim. Helm does pretty good DPS. Drake does pretty good DPS. So there are a few characters in that category, but Alice is like your DPS character, kind of carry, if you will, in this entire list. So depends on what you want to do, but this is a pretty solid thing to go for. I would definitely recommend if you're chasing it. This is the way to do it. I have Solene up here. I thought I put Guillotine. Hopefully people know that I was talking about Guillotine. I don't know how Solene got up there. Screw Solene. But yeah, that's been it. Hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, peace, and enjoy. I looked at that like, what the fudge? It said a suspicious connection popped up, and I saw Solene. I'm like, wait a second. But yeah, peace out and enjoy.